FC26 is just days away, so it is only right that we go and say farewell to FC25. This will be our final rebuild of FC25. And for it, we're heading to Spain, heading to the party island of Mallorca. I've used live start points, and here is our starting 11 at the start of the 25-26 season with Mallorca. It is truly a mixed bag. We've got a mostly older squad, though. We're going to have to do some serious work, especially to the back line in these first few seasons. But lads, I'm so pumped for FC26. I think I'm getting it early on Wednesday, I want to say, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel, notifications on, so you can see our first FC26 content as soon as it drops. Our budget here at Mallorca is way more limited than I expected, though, and my strategy, honestly, is to get rid of a lot of the older players that have decent value. Players like JarradHD, who are 31 years of age but valued over £15 million. That's double our current budget. The striker role is where we need a key, young superstar into the squad. We've got some guys that are in the mid to high 70s, but are in their early 30s. So we're cashing in on the Canadian Kyle Larin heading to Schalke, and 79 rated Vedat Mariki heads to the Netherlands. I kind of want to give Prats the starting 11 spot just because of how awesome that mustache is. If I could have a mustache, my mustache is pathetic compared to that dude's. We are immediately hitting the market, though, and getting ourselves a new striker. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the German Benedikt Hollerbach. I ain't no Hollerbach girl. He is signing on here from Union Berlin. Very happy with the transfer fee, £14 million. The clean out continues, though, ladies and gentlemen. At the left back role, we are using Johan Mojica, I believe that's how you pronounce it, off to Palace. But the big one has just happened. We got more money than I'd hoped for, but it is our highest rated player leaving. It had to be done, but Sergi Dardau is heading to Madrid. We are taking a huge step back in terms of overall of the player that we've brought in to replace Sergi Dardau, but I'm going for a long-term vision here at Mallorca. I'm not trying to win a Champions League in season 1 or 2. I'm trying to win it in season 4, 5, 6, which is why we have gone for the future Yereme from Deportivo. I will say a lot of the left midfielders that I scouted were Spanish. The future of Spanish left midfield prospects is looking very healthy. You may have seen his name on the transfer shortlist, but for left back, we're going to English football. We're getting Christensen away from the footballing pyramid of England after his relegation with Leicester. Trying to get a real core of players in between the 21 to 24 year age bracket that are around the mid to high 70s that can all come up together and form a dream team, get the chemistry going. Christensen signing on for 11.7 mil. And probably our final departure of the summer, the Japanese midfielder Asano leaves. Robert Navarro looks like a half-decent prospect, so I'm going to give him this year to try and make that right midfield spot his own. I'm going to invest that money into a young attacking midfield prospect, Turkish attacking midfielder Eren Dinky, joining us from Freiburg. Bro, of course. I signed Hollerbach. Why does he get pneumonia? He gets pneumonia. What is with the... That's one thing I'm hoping they fix for FC26. Some of these random ass injuries. But once Hollerbach recovers from pneumonia, this is what our starting lineup will look like. I'm very happy with the progress we've made so far. I know I said I wanted to make some moves in the back line, but right now it just didn't make sense. I felt like those other areas actually proved to be more necessary. But in the future, new centre backs, new goalkeepers, even new right back eventually are the goals. But I just want to stabilize here at Mallorca. I don't expect us to qualify for European football, but I don't want us anywhere near the relegation battle. But fellas, I wanted to say a big thank you for all the love you have shown on the content here in FC25. This year, from my personal standpoint, has been a bit of a roller coaster, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me through all the highs and lows. Looking forward to what FC26 has for the channel. Oh, this is kind of brutal. This is a cluster in La Liga. We sit 13th, which on the surface is good, but when you realize we're only 2 points above relegation, that ain't what you want. Vallecano Alaves on 16 points. We're on 18 points. And there's not too much room to go up. We just need to survive relegation this year. Our aging centre-backs are honestly not helping the cause at all. So I'm going to make a big move here. I'm going to sell off some of the depth players because we can't sell our starting centre-back because he's retiring. Jose Capelli heading to Bilbao for 10.2 mil. And the Belgian Seb van der Heyden heading to Valencia. Now, look, I don't necessarily see this man as being our long-term solution, but I see Thiago Diallo as being a bridge player. Help us survive relegation this year. Help us on the next year or two after that of growth. And then maybe we look to upgrade. But it will be the Portuguese centre-back, Thiago Diallo, joining us from Juventus. Please save us. He saved us all right. He turned around the ship as well. I can live with that. We had, 3 wins on the 1st of January. We end the season with 15 and 49 points. weren't even in the discussion of relegation for a long time. Sevilla almost went down, but we survived relegation. That's all I care about. That is a great building block. Real Madrid win La Liga. Bilbao win Copa de España. We went out in the semi-finals there. Dortmund win the Champions League, Inter the Europa, and Borussia Mönchengladbach the Conference League. Okay, Benedict Hollerbach wasn't even the Golden Boot winner at the club. It was the youngster, Jeremy, who, honestly, +3 growth is great for the first year. He might have caught up to Sergi Darder by the end of next season, which is a great result. Hollerbach +2 growth there. Robert Navarro staking his claim to permanently be our right midfielder. But we've got a lot of talent retiring at the end of the season. Antonio Rayo, Omar Mascarell, and Danny Rodriguez all leaving the club and leaving the professional game. Very happy with how this opening season ended up. Let's build on that in season 2. I'm feeling good. So we've got to walk an almost delicate line to start this season. Our squad depth numbers aren't great, so I'm going to make a big signing here for the starting 11. Luckily, our budget has been increased after last year. First man in, starting centre-back, Aitor Paredes. The Spaniard joins us from Bilbao. And on the very same day, we're going to sign a man from a famous footballing family, Czech goalkeeper, Denis Čech. And we've signed him because I intend on selling Grief. I'm going to give Roman the starting goalkeeper spot this year. Then Čech will become our backup once we eventually sell Grief. And there we go. We've sold the goalkeeper. Dominic Grief heading to Stuttgart for £13.5 million. And we're also going to cash in on the centre-back Valiant. He joins Bologna for just shy of 11 mil. Big pickup here, though, at the defensive midfielder role. I'm going for an upgrade, and it is going to be what I believe is now our highest rated player. It will be the German defensive midfielder Anton Stach. I'm pumped that we've got him, but I'm even more pumped about the price we got him for. 12 months left on his contract. It is a bargain. Anton Stach joining us from Hoffenheim for 19.6 mil, about 5 mil under his market value. I'm happy with how the starting 11 looks for now, but I do think we obviously need some squad depth help. Backup centre-back help, Juan Berrocal joining us from Getafe, 3.7 mil. I'm hoping we can continue the vibe from the second half of last year. The starting 11 a lot more stabilised. We've got most of the young core. I think eventually new right back. I mean, Roman's already gone up 1 overall this year, so I'm curious to see how he goes, but there are a lot of variables with this rebuild, but so far I think we're on the right track. How the hell have we finished lower than last year? Oh my god, that just proves how much of a fluke the second half of last year was. We finished 11th in La Liga. I was hoping, I mean, you look at the points, we're on 48, you have Betis on 52. We need to start getting in the mindset that we need to start pushing for these European spots. I didn't necessarily expect us to get there this year, but I was hoping we would have made more of a crack at it. Leganés, Oviedo, and Zaragoza all go down. Is it back-to-back? No, it is Barcelona winning La Liga this year. Oh my god, that was our path to the Europa League. We lose in the final of Copa de España to Barcelona. You are kidding me. That would have been so nice. Leverkusen win the Champions League. Good rebuild so far for the German clubs in Europe. Tottenham win the Europa League. And Manchester United win the Conference League. Jeremy has already overtaken. There we go. Sergi Darder was 81 when we got rid of him. Jeremy already 83. 23 goals. Hollerbach's been doing decently, but he finishes 3rd in the Golden Boot race this year. Maybe we need to start looking for an upgrade there if he doesn't perform. Breakout year though for Aaron Dinsey. 25 goal contributions for the Turkish attacking midfielder. Little disappointed we didn't get any growth though for Anton Stach. I was hoping he would at least get up to an 83. Pleasantly surprised though with Leo Roman. +2 growth for him. He's going to keep the starting goalkeeper spot at least for next year. Speaking of next year, let's roll in to season 3. The goal in this 3rd season is, qualify for some sort of European football. Ideally the Champions League, but I'm also not going to think we have a squad that can overtake the top 4 Spanish clubs at the moment. But I want us to at least give it a red hot crack. Vanderson is going to come in. It's time we upgrade the right back role. Vanderson, 82 overall at 26 years of age. Very excited to have him at Mallorca. The Brazilian joining us from Sociedad for just shy of 30 mil. We're starting to spend some big money. But if we want to do any more business, we've got to make some sales. That was the majority of our budget. I did say Thiago Jalo was only going to be a 1 or 2 year project, but that has now lived up to its word. Thiago Jalo, after 18 months, heads to Barcelona. And Real Madrid trying to steal our boy Jeremy. I don't want to sell him. I don't want to sell him to Real Madrid as well. Pablo Maffio gone as well. Cashing in on the Argentine, heading to Chelsea for 17.5 mil. Huge centre-back signing, ladies and gentlemen. Bafode Diakite joining us from Parma, £29 million. The 83 rated centre-back joins this squad, and now our backline. Our squad really looking really good. Stach finally went up. Let's go. Stach goes to an 83. Our bench is looking a little stronger longer. The thing I like right now is that we have a decent squad, but I've also kept about £15 million in the transfer budget for us to make a move in January. I'm going to be making a move. It's just a question as to where. Oh my God. All right, yeah, we're going to have to make some big moves, bro. We are sitting 11th again. We love these mid-table spots with Mallorca. Yeah, Robert Navarro's got to go. I was hopeful that he could grow into a superstar, homegrown talent, but it just ain't happening. He's growing okay, but he's just not putting numbers up on the park. We're going to cash in. Robert Navarro goes to Bilbao, 16.5 mil. And this might be the turning point. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get us. Obviously, I think Champions League is out of the picture right now, but for the future, former Brighton man Simon Adingra joining us from Nice, £27 million. You know, I was hoping, given it's our final rebuild of FC25 and all, that it was going to be a pretty fun one, a pretty straightforward one. I thought the FC gods were going to do us a favor, but nah, they want me to stay on this game for as long as possible. 8th in La Liga this year. It's an improvement from every other season, but I wanted to be up where Villarreal are. I didn't expect to be overtaking Real Madrid, Barca, or Atletico, but I thought we might have been able to get that final top 4 spot. At least we're not in the relegation zone like Almeria, Alaves, and Cadiz. We did lose in the Super Copa. I got to actually compete in the Super Copa and went out in the semis. And yeah, no final in the Copa de España this year. Our worst performance there, out in the round of 16. Arsenal win the Champions League. Celtic beat Man City to win the Europa League. That would be insanity. And Newcastle win the Conference League. Yeah, look, Jereme's the guy. Dinky's having a renaissance, but Hollaback might have to go next year. Consistently getting 14 goals isn't good enough for us. I need somebody that's going to bag us 20 plus goals a year as a striker and not have to rely on our left midfielder. We are going to have 2 men leave at the end of the season though. Abdon Pratt's the man with the greatest mustache in football, walking away on a free, and Miguel Juan Salas, I wanted to re-sign him, but he wanted to go out on loan, wouldn't sign a new contract, so he's going to go on a free as well. But mate, next year, season 4 has to be the one that we get Champions League. It has to. I don't even want Europa League or Conference League. I want Champions League. All right, we're going balls to the wall this year, lads. I'm making some massive moves into the starting 11. No holds bar. Aitor Paredes heading to Inter Milan for £24.5 million. But we're not done there. 2 more massive offers coming through here. I don't know how we got this amount of money. Well, Anton Stach, that's actually not the one I'm talking about, but I've sold him to Real Madrid for 45 mil. This is the one I'm talking about. I would say that Hollaback's been a pretty mediocre player for us, but we managed to get £56 million from Juventus. That means on top of the, 47 million I think it was that we came into the season with, we now have £170 million to try signing 3 replacements. First man up, we've got ourselves a striker. It is the Portuguese goal-scoring phenom Fabio Silva, who is going to be our new starting number 9 at Mallorca. We're going to bag his services from AS Monaco for 50 mil on the dot. Couple that with the American Johnny Cardoso, who makes the switch across La Liga from Real Betis. We are going to be looking real good, ladies and gentlemen. A star centre-back. We've seen Napoli dominate in European football, always around the mix. Every season of this rebuild, well, we've just signed their star centre-back, Malik Thior, joining us from the Italian juggernauts for 46 mil. I'm going to bring in a bit of striker backup support, though. Wilhelmsen is going to be a backup striker for Fabio Silva, because if anything happened to him, we would have a 66 rated striker going in, and that's not good for business. Jereme's gone up to an 87. Oh my God, this dude, I told you, lads. I mean, we're on the final days of FC25. I know when a player is going to be good, but Jereme is exceeding all expectations. This team looks so much better, though. So much better. Starting 11 is pumping. Bench is getting there. Wilhelmsen really helps with the squad depth. This needs to be the year that we are getting ourselves into the Champions League. A really nice surprise, though. We are in the Conference League. I know we got 8th in La Liga, but I didn't think that was going to be enough for us to get Conference League. I thought 7th was the cutoff, but this is a happy surprise. Conference League, I honestly expect us to win it. I mean, West Ham, Atalanta, they are really the toughest teams. Lille. If we're not going on a run this year, then I'm going to be really surprised. We have scraped into the top 4. Scrape into the top 4. It is clear that our defense is going to need some work next year. We got as many goals as Real Madrid, but they conceded 9 less. And that's the difference between coming 4th and winning La Liga. But right now, I don't care. We edge out Atletico Madrid, and we're going to the Champions League in Season 5. Relegation zone. I want some of the big clubs to go down. Betis stay up on goal differential after we take Cardoso from them. Valladolid, Girona, Zaragoza all go down. Atletico Madrid do win Copa de España. Arsenal have won the Champions League. Newcastle make their move up. They win the Conference League, then they win the Europa League. And I'm hoping we're going to win the Conference League. We finish 5th, automatically into the round of 16. Skip the playoffs, round of 16. We beat Nijmegen. Quarterfinals, we lost to Atalanta in the quarterfinals of the Conference League. They end up losing to FC Copenhagen in the final. Quarterfinalists, I wanted more, man. I thought that could have been us. This is what we were after. Fabio Silva. We brought him in because we couldn't get goals with Hollaback. Fabio Silva certainly does. 42 in his first year at the club. That is beautiful. Dinksy, there we go. That's the type of growth we wanted, up to an 84. And Yereme is a 90, bro. I genuinely think we should go. We should be putting all our chips in next year and trying to win a Champions League title. Big problem, though. Leo Roman refused to sign a new contract, and his contract expired, and he's joining Arsenal. Leo Roman joining Arsenal. I was planning on upgrading goalkeeper next year, but it would have been good to get, what, £18.5 million for him. Tony Latto is retiring, and David Lopez I'm letting walk on a free. It's a little bit of an L, but right now we're in the Champions League, and I would sacrifice Roman to qualify for the Champions League every day. We've got a really healthy budget, but we are in a bit of a predicament. Fumbling and losing those 3 players means we have no reserves in our squad. We're in such a good spot, and it got stuffed up there, so I'm only planning on signing players this year. But there is also a lot of work I want to do, so let's get into it and be smart with this money. First things first, we need a new goalkeeper. I'm being smart with this. You can save money and get great value by getting an older goalkeeper on the cheap. That is exactly what we do with 33-year-old, 89 overall goalkeeper Mike Magnan from AC Milan. Just 24 mil on him. Adingra quite hasn't worked out the way I wanted to, so I'm going to restructure his contract and bring in a star right midfielder from La Liga, weakening Atletico Madrid and signing Simeone, 53.5 mil. From here, it's about working out the reserves. Welshman Owen Beck is going to sign on as a new backup left back. And I wasn't pumped about selling Jose Capete in season 1, so why not bring him back as some more centre back cover? He returns to Mallorca for 13 mil. We made it work. We got the starting 11 looking unreal. Costa, I'm surprised that he got to an 85. I can't lie. I thought we were going to have to upgrade from him. But it is a healthy looking squad once again. The reserves have gotten stronger. It would be nice if we didn't lose those guys, but at the end of the day, it's not the biggest ordeal in the world. Magnan's hit 34, so I'm hoping he doesn't drop down in overall. But I am very excited to see what this year has in store for us. And I would love for us to go on a Champions League run from the jump. So many times this year, I feel like more than any year, I've had slow starts to rebuilds, and then in one at the first year I'm in the Champions League. That would be almost poetic if that's how I finished my final rebuild in FC25, so I'm working hard to make that happen. We start off with a trip away to Austria, taking on Salzburg. October, we face the Europa League champions in Celtic, along with Slavia Praha. Not the worst at the moment, not the worst. The other club from Glasgow, it's Rangers. Toughest match so far away against Inter Milan. Hosting Porto in December, hosting FC Union Berlin, and then hosting Frankfurt. Dude, this is still some tough teams, but we're not getting PSG into Barca, into Inter, into Arsenal. We're getting really only Inter Milan, and the rest are kind of medium tier sides. I think if we consider ourselves genuine threats in this tournament, we have to be finishing in a top 8 automatic spot. Perfect. The goals have helped us. We qualify, although we have a worse goal difference than Liverpool. I'm just going to assume it's head-to-head or something like that. But if I was Liverpool, I'd be feeling pretty hard done for. But right now, I do not care. We have lost just one game in the entire league phase play, finish in the top 8, and we are automatically through to the round of 16. Some big teams already eliminated, it seems. We're also doing bloody brilliantly in La Liga. 6 points clear. The annoying thing is we only have 2 losses, but we're sitting 3rd. You'd expect 2 losses to have you in title contention, but right now we're 8 points off Madrid. We've witnessed Borussia Dortmund win a Champions League in this video, and they are the team that we're going to be versing in the round of 16, right into the thick of it. Off to Dortmund for the first leg here. Yereme up to a 91. Magnan holding on to his overall nicely. Off to Dortmund, first leg. Come on, set the tempo to take to Spain. 2-1. Fabio Silva's going to give us the lead with a brace. 2-1 after that first leg. It's a good start. Hold on. A rare, rainy day in Mallorca. Let's make sure we can get the sunshine back. Get the clubs pumping. 2-0. We will take it. We lost in regulation, but Fabio Silva. Johnny got us a goal, and then Fabio Silva got us the winner. Oh, thank God for that first leg win. We are heading to the quarterfinals. not unscathed. Newcastle have been so successful in this video. It's almost a prophecy that they're going to win a Champions League at some point. I don't want it to be this year. We've got Newcastle United in the quarters. Newcastle and Mallorca. Polar opposite climates, but ironically, I'm sure the Geordies make up about 75% of Mallorca's local economy. This would be the dream away day if you're a Newcastle fan. Go to Mallorca. What an excuse for those people. But here we go. First leg. It's a 1-1 draw. That's a successful away day if you're a Newcastle fan. A lot of yellow cards, man. Simeone suspended for the second leg at St. James's Park. Adingra comes in. That's probably the one position where we're okay with getting a suspension, but it all hangs in the balance right now. Second leg, quarterfinals. We win it! Oh, I just smacked the mic. But Johnny Cardoso, damn, they got a red card in the 41st minute. Johnny Cardoso was a bit of a hero in that second leg against Dortmund, and he proves to be another hero in this second leg against Newcastle. The signing of Mike Maignan seems to be even more of a masterstroke now because we have got AC Milan in the Champions League semi-finals. Not sure who they've replaced him with, but it is AC Milan on our side of the draw, Lyon and Leverkusen on the other side of the draw. I don't want to draw in the first leg though. I want us to have the lead like we did against Dortmund. Away at the San Siro. Away leg first helped against Dortmund, and it helps again. It could have been 3-1, but I can't complain too much because we still have the lead. 2-1. Milan travel to Mallorca. Come on, lads. Relatively smooth sailing so far in the Champions League this year. I want it to stay that way. Second leg, I want a scoreless draw, and I want, most importantly, no suspensions. We get a draw, and we get no suspensions. I was worried because Silva kept racking up yellow cards, but we are heading to a Champions League final in the All-M Derby. Mallorca win. Now who's going to win the L Derby between Leverkusen and Lyon? The answer to that is Leverkusen comfortably. Leverkusen won the Battle of the L's, but I'm hoping that we can give them one final L to end FC25. A look around the grounds at the other tournaments. Chelsea won the Europa League. Lazio, Man City have just lost in the finals every year and just keep dropping down the leagues. We do end up finishing third in La Liga, ahead of Barcelona, which is always a nice surprise. And we're going to be back in the Champions League next year, baby. Relegation zone, Espanyol almost go down, but it is Oviedo, Las Palmas, and Alaves. Barcelona win Copa de España. Oh no, lads. Oh no. Fabio Silva. I was worried about him getting suspended for the final. He's just gone and broken his bloody tailbone and is going to be out for 5 months. He's missing the Champions League final. Our top goal scorer, 36 goals. We're going to need the other lads to step up. Honestly, I might put Simeone in at striker and then give Adingra the starting right midfield role. Because Wilhelmsen might be able to do a job, but I would rather have an 85 rated right midfielder at striker than a 79 rated striker. And it doesn't stuff up his overall, so that's what I'm going to do. Bit of a dampener, but let's make the most out of it. Champions League final. Let's get this job done. Here I going to Johnny Cardoso. I want to get that ball in. That's a great ball. That's a great header. Simeone puts it wide. Oh my God, bro. Out of everywhere that could have gone, it goes wide left. That should be 1-0. Dingra. Simeone, that's a good move. That's a great turn. Simeone's got the pace. No real option. Simeone makes up for the miss. That was a great turn from Simeone. And we get ourselves a well-deserved 1-0 lead 14 minutes into this one. One-way traffic. Long may it continue. Oh my God. Leverkusen are throwing the kitchen sink at us. That is a good interception from Diakite. But Leverkusen have turned it up a notch since we got the lead. Oh, what was that interception? We got the advantage for it somehow. Let's make the most of it, man. How has Simeone got himself through here? Just score the goal and ask questions later. No! Oh my God, what was that passage of play? No. Don't let Šeško get that off. Big block. Thior's had a game and a half, man. Get it? Yes, Thior, bro, I owe you. Thior, no! Crisis averted. Crisis averted. No. Leverkusen are scaring me, bro. They scare me, but Magnan's made a great save. We need a second goal desperately. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. They're just killing us with pace. What is going on? Oh, I'm getting nervous. Don't give me some extra time bullshit in what I'm hoping is going to be our final game of the year. 1 minute. They've gone for the long shot. They have had it blocked, and that might be... It is our final moments of FC25. I'm about to go and uninstall this game in about 30 seconds, but oh my God, what a year it has been. We have made Mallorca Champions League winners. Samu Costa is going to be the final man to lift a Champions League trophy for me in FC25. And what a rebuild it was. What a year of rebuilds it was overall. Samu Costa and Mallorca, Champions League winners. Lads, thank you once again for an awesome year of content. I will see you guys next week for FC26. Click here to subscribe and click here to check out a video in the meantime.